Nebraska. The plane departed Halifax, connecting in Chicago's O'Hare.
Hi guys, I'm Sai.
Hello, I'm Linjo.
Hi, I'm Dhruvi.
And today we're going to be presenting our case study on United Brakes guitars. So first I want to give you a brief introduction on what exactly happened. On March 31st, 2008, the Sons of Maxwell were flying to Nebraska for a week-long tour. And on their way to Nebraska, they stopped at O'Hare Airport, Chicago. And Dave's bass guitarist complained that someone was mishandling his guitar, and one of the baggage attendants threw his guitar. And when Dave looked out of the window and saw his guitar being thrown around, he immediately called the flight attendant and told her what was happening. And she abruptly stopped him and said that she couldn't do anything about it.
Okay, from there, the long 9 months process started. Dave was continuously contacting the customer care, the airline, but they were not responding back. They told that the 24 hours you exceeded that, so we cannot give you the refund. So after these 9 months, after this huge process, Dave got fed up and he called the customer care and told them, I'm going to write 3 songs and compose it and put it in YouTube.
So after that, after posting the first video, it went viral because people could relate to it. It was a catchy tune, and after that, the demise or the decline of the United Airlines was there, and the stock price got declined. Now, my colleague Sai will continue with the presentation. Thank you.
All right. Now I'm going to talk about the evaluation of United's response and what they did right. At first, after Dave's first video went viral, United did the right thing by offering a settlement with Dave, although late. Having said that, any company would have done the same thing. What makes United's approach different was that they decided to stick to their policies and not give Dave any sort of compensation before the first video came out. But here's the catch. United's stock price had already started dropping drastically since the previous fall. And Dave's video just made it worse. And the stock price dropped to 180 million, and they ended up losing a lot of money. However, if United Airlines had offered a compensation to Dave, they would have had to compensate every other passenger who had lost anything. So that would mean spending more money, and that would be a loss for the company. Evaluation of United's response and what they did wrong. They failed to realize the customer's needs, and they resumed their usual operations without paying heed to any feedbacks. Right after Dave's first song went viral, he received letters from a few airline staff and pilots asking Dave to work for United to get an idea about what they were facing. This shows that United not only neglected their passengers, but they also neglected their employees. And finally, their customer recovery was slow and below par, as they did not acknowledge Dave's issues. And they didn't even resolve it on time, because they were too slow to react to the company's stock drop due to Dave's videos.
So I'll be speaking about the blueprint for the service recovery. So here the customer action, the first customer action would be making a complaint. So once Dave realized that his guitar is broken, he will go to the customer care or the complaint registering people, then he'll raise a complaint. So once the complaint is registered, the airline will feed into the systems and they will start an inquiry so to check what really went wrong. So once the issue is, they review the issue, they will get back to the guest and give a response. So that would be the second customer action. Customer receives a response. Once that is done, the third customer action would be customer receives the compensation. So the airline should give, if the guitar is broken, the airline should give a compensation or a replacement guitar. So it can be done in 2 ways. One is sending out the compensation through the bank account, so they can directly send it. So it will be the backstage employee contact. Even if it's done directly, face to face, it will be one employee will be going to meet the guest in person and giving out a voucher or giving a replacement guitar. So that would be the on-stage employee contact. And the last customer action would be customer gives a feedback. So once the whole process is over, one of the airline staff or from the customer care, they will call the employee to get the feedback. So that would be and the guest will give the customer feedback. So this is a brief blueprint of for the service recovery. And moving on to the next slide, it will be analysis of video and how it went viral so fastly. So the main reason for this is there were a lot of dissatisfied guests before day. There were a lot of people who flew with United Airlines had similar experiences. So, but they were not able to voice out their opinion. So, they took out a medium to spread this news to the whole world. So, he wrote 3 songs and posted it in YouTube. So, once these dissatisfied guests saw that video, they took it as a platform to voice out their displeasure flying with United Airlines. So that it's because one of the primary reason is that, and the second is everyone knows how this social media works. So one thing is posted, and if it catches the attention of people, they will start sharing it, and soon it will be spread all over the world. And within a couple of days, when it was shared in the social media, the media also took it up and they spread it out. So that's how it went viral so fastly.
So now I will start and speak about the effects of the social media on the company's stock price. Due to the stock, after the video went viral, the stock price of United Airlines went down. The customers stopped coming to the airlines and they instead choose different airlines. Due to that, the second point is due to that their revenues were going down as customers are not coming, but their operational costs were still the same. As a result, they were not able to make significant profit and satisfy the shareholders. So as the shareholders were losing the faith in the airline and they were not coming up with a response due to the video, the shareholders were started pulling the money out and they lost around $180 million in the stock price of United Airlines. Next, I'll show you the stock price graph. As you can see in this graph, S&P index is around 20% positive and the stock price of United Airlines went around by 70% down. It had a negative impact on United Airlines stock. Next, I'll show you the statistics of Dave's video. So when he released the video, it was catchy and it went viral. People were able to relate to it very quickly, and due to that there was a spike in his views. It went around 800,000 and after the video was released, and after that it was slow. Next, I will try to explain and do about how do companies like United Airlines and other public companies try to maintain their PR image in a positive way. So first, they should try to empower the frontline staff. The frontline staff is the staff and the employers who interact with the customers. They try to maintain a significant connection with the customers. They should try to give a positive and effective response to the customer when they are angry and when they are complaining. And second, the culture of the company is important. The CEO should try to imbibe a positive and effective culture, and it starts from him. He should try to give training to the staff and employees so that there is a positive and a good effect in the company. The staffs are happy working for the company. The third we will discuss is the social media applications like Twitter, Facebook, and others. Nowadays, it is very important that anything that becomes viral is put on the social media. Due to that, they need to monitor all these apps, and whenever their name is mentioned, they can try to track it and if it's a negative way, they should try and minimize the impact and try to take positive and proper actions against it. So that was our presentation on United Press Guitar.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Please like and subscribe.